Edge.
I'm not gonna die. It's today. I'm gonna kill them.
That's right, today we're talking about 1997's The Edge, starring Anthony Hopkins and Alec Baldwin. Let's do this thing! So, The Edge. Why do I want to talk about this movie? I want to talk about it because it's a movie that tends to fall to the wayside. You know, a lot of people here on YouTube, you know, lots of people review new movies. Awesome. A lot of people review genre movies. You know, old, like, either horror movies, sort of science fiction, sort of over-the-top action, B movies, so bad they're good kind of movies. So a movie like The Edge from the 90s, late 90s, aside from the fact that it's just a solid movie, there's nothing that it's like amazing at. So it sort of just falls to the background. And more than anything else, I just wanted to bring it up today just to remind people, like, go check this movie out. It's really good. But it's basically mainly about these two main characters, and one is, you know, Anthony Hopkins is an older guy. He's a billionaire. He's obsessed with sort of DIY survivalist stuff, like how do you survive in the wilderness kind of stuff. The other, Alec Baldwin, is a fashion photographer. They have a little weird thing going on because Anthony Hopkins is married to a very young, beautiful model. Alec Baldwin has like a flirtatious relationship with her. And so they have that weird kind of undercurrent of, like, they don't like each other, they don't trust each other, something's up kind of a thing. And they get into a survivalist situation. They're on a little single-engine airplane, and they hit a flock of geese, they crash into the wilderness, they gotta survive. Pretty basic, like, once you hit that, it's a real basic premise. You always have that undercurrent throughout the whole movie of that distrust, that weird love triangle thing, and it kind of rears its head here and there throughout the movie. As things get more and more desperate, you know, their hatred for each other starts to chip away at them a little bit. But it's the kind of movie that I think Hollywood just doesn't want to or know how to make anymore. It's an action movie essentially, but it's very focused on, you know, like a survival action movie is much more of a low-key kind of action movie. And it's also got that thriller element to it because of these guys' kind of personal beef with each other. It's light on, like, action scenes, but it's got a lot of great, you know, tense moments. It's just very, very well done. There's also throughout the majority of their experience, there's a massive grizzly bear stalking them as as they're trying to get out of this wilderness. So it's them dealing with that, dealing with each other, just dealing with surviving. And it's just really, really great. I don't remember when the last time I watched it was, probably sometime in the 2000s, but I sat down to watch it again here, and it really, really holds up. So more than anything else, I just wanted to bring it up to say, hey folks, there's a movie called The Edge from 1997, and it's Anthony Hopkins, in my opinion, like at peak great Anthony Hopkins-ness, and Alec Baldwin, you know, is great all the time. But it's like, it's weird to kind of go back and see young Alec Baldwin, because his voice is, I don't know, like he must smoke like a carton of cigarettes a day, because I don't think of him as having like a deep voice or anything, but man, you go back to this and his voice is way, way higher than it used to be. So yeah, that's really all I wanted to say, just a quick little recommendation, really more than a review. I don't know if this is on any of the streaming services, I don't know how easy it is for you to get your hands on The Edge, but I highly recommend, especially if it is at essentially no extra cost, if it is on Netflix or Hulu, something like that, definitely sit down to watch it. If you can find it for cheap, I recommend it too. I mean, I don't know, maybe it's, you know, worth 20 bucks for a Blu-ray or whatever. but it's definitely worth that hour and a half of your time. It's a great movie, and I highly recommend it. Thank you, everybody, so much for always coming here and wanting to talk movies. It's the best. So, thank you. I will talk to you, cool cats, on the flip side. Bye-bye.
You make me sick.